Oh, I think we are live. Yes. Good afternoon, good morning, good day. Just depends on where you are in the world and where you're watching. I'd like to welcome you to Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty and the CEO of Lyonsview Academy. Our team provides residential, commercial for small business and nonprofits, property management services, real estate pre licensing, continuing education, credit counseling, and distressed homeowner solutions. And through our lifestyle division, we offer health, wealth, and wellness information and coaching. I launched Financial Fridays to help you stay current on trends that impact your bottom line. So, Financial Fridays provides resources, information, tips to assist you in making the best personal and financial decisions so that you can maximize your wealth building power in all areas of your life, now and in the future. So feel free to like and share this broadcast and subscribe to Lions View Realty on Facebook and on YouTube. So I really appreciate you tuning in today. Today, we are going to be talking about home ownership equity benefits. Yes, today we're going to be discussing the benefits of home equity. And in a year that has been really financially devastating for many Americans, there is good news for most homeowners. There has been a dramatic gain in home equity over the past 12 months. Let me say that again. There has been a dramatic gain in home equity over the last 12 months. So, what is home equity? Home equity is the difference between the market value of a home and the outstanding mortgage that's due on that property. So, the president and the CEO of CoreLogic, he has this report. His name is Frank Martell. He's basically saying that the housing market has remained a strong pillar. And as there's been this sharp rise in demand spurred by record low interest rates, home equity continues to bolster, it continues to rise. So that's a really, really powerful thing. So if you own property, and right now, if what you owe on your property is less than what your market value is worth, you're sitting on a nice set of home equity. You got the money, baby. So, U.S. Home mortgage homeowners with mortgage, they basically have seen their equity increase by a total of $1 trillion. Let me say that again, $1 trillion since the third quarter of 2019. That's a lot of money. So the average homeowner gained approximately $17,000 in equity over the past year. $17,000 in equity over the past year. That's a lot of money. 3 states have an average equity of $30,000 or more. So California, $34,000 in equity on average. Washington State, the highest on the West Coast and the highest in the nation, an average of $36,000 in average equity. Maine, which is the highest on the East Coast, $31,000 in average equity. That means that there's some people who got more in equity and some who have lower, but on average, $31,000 in average equity for homeowners. 11 states are between that $20,000 to $30,000 range. And New Jersey, which is where I practice, we're around $21,000 in average equity for homeowners. Rhode Island is the highest in that group at $29,000. It's also an East Coast state. And there are 24 states that are between $10,000 and $20,000 in average equity. 8 states that are under 20 under $10,000, and New York is one of those states. So New York is sitting at about $9,000 average equity of property. This is phenomenal. So overall, there's a 10.8% increase nationwide in equity over the last year. So this means that property owners are paying down their mortgage and property values are going up due to the low interest rate. So if you look at the average household with a mortgage, you now have home equity. Let me say that again. The average household that has a mortgage now has home equity, and that number nationwide is about 194,000. That's a lot, a lot, a lot of money. A lot of money. So, what does that mean for you? Well, what it means for you as a buyer, and if you're in a bidding war, you need to pay close attention to the numbers because those numbers will tell you about where you will need to come in to win a bid war in your particular state. What it means for sellers, now is a great time to sell or to leverage your property. So you can use your equity gain to your advantage, or you can sell, get over your purchase value for your property. That's really, really important in this market. So we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits. What are some of the benefits of home equity? And basically, there are two: cash out or leverage. Cash out, you take the money; leverage, you use your equity. Um, so we'll talk about cashing out first. Let's see, did my banner go up? Yes. Okay, cashing out first. So, as an owner, when you cash out, you sell the property and you walk away with your equity plus a profit. So, whatever you owe on the property minus what the market value is, that's your equity. You get that in the form of cash, or you can use that as a down payment towards another property. So, people use this method all the time to level up to a more expensive house. If you bought a house at 100,000, you have all this equity plus what you qualify for. Now you have your equity plus what you qualify for, and you can purchase a more expensive house. You can use that as a down payment on a more affordable house, and then you can put your extra dollars in the bank, right, or use them for things that you need. Um, a lot of people downsize, when they have equity. They take that, they buy a less expensive house, a smaller house, and they save the difference in the money on their mortgage payment or that they made from in profit on the sale of that property. People may cash out and buy a house that suits their changing needs. So right now, especially in this season, people are combining families. People need more room. People have a different need for use of space, right? So they're using that money and they're purchasing homes that more fit, fit their new lifestyle. So if your needs are changing, you might cash out and buy a house that reflects more of what you need now versus what you needed before. And for those folks who are lucky enough to own multiple properties, they are selling and cashing out. They're selling that extra property, that second property, that third property, that fourth property, and they're using those funds to meet whatever their financial needs are at the moment. So if you are in a property that you are renting and it is not your landlord's, well, of course, it's not your landlord's primary residence, but it's not the only residence that your landlord has. It would be a great time to have the conversation with them about purchasing that house because they may need a little extra money right now, and you can buy them out of their position. So the next benefit of equity is leverage. And the key thing here is you keep the property, right? You keep the property, but you use the equity. It's like having money sitting in your bank. How do you get that money out? You can refinance. So you can refinance the entire mortgage. lower your interest rate, lower your monthly mortgage payment. All of those things can happen with a refi. You can do what's called a rate and term refi. And on that one, your rate stays the same, your term stays the same. You're just pulling out the cash, you're pulling out the equity that you have in that particular property. You can also do a line of credit. So you want to be careful with lines of credits because you want to look at the terms, you want to look at how it impacts your primary mortgage, you want to look at the repayment schedule. But a line of credit is just like this bubble that's sitting out there. You don't have to use all of it. You might have a $10 or a $5,000 line of credit, and you might use $2,000 of it this month and pay it back. You might use more next month, but pay it back. You may use all of it, but you can't go over that line, and then you pay it off. But it doesn't impact, or it should not impact, what you're paying on your primary mortgage. Um, so you want to just look at the terms if you get a line of credit. But it's a nice way to have uh, some funds out there that you can take advantage of when you need them. And if you are a qualifying senior, you can get something called a home equity mortgage. And with most home equity mortgages, you do not have a mortgage payment. You're just paying your taxes and your insurance. So I did a whole entire segment on home equity mortgages. So look for Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays on YouTube. Look at the playlist, and you can get more information on all the things that you can do with a home equity mortgage. It's a great financial planning tool if you use it properly. You can also leverage your equity and use those funds to fund renovations. So let's say you need the ability to redesign your home to meet your changing needs. You can use that money to do a construction loan. So, with more folks that are working from home, they want to stay in their current neighborhood. This type of refinance is keeping lenders and contractors very busy. So, whether you refinance the entire amount or you just pull out a lump sum to make those changes that you need to make in your property, funding, getting money for renovations is a way to use your equity. You can also use that money to fund other things like bills. You might have bills, tax payments that you need to make, education for school. You may want to travel, although we can't travel too much in this environment, but you might need to travel. Healthcare. It's a good time to increase your insurance positions, either for your health care or for loss of income. So you might want to take that money and use it for strengthening your insurance position. And you definitely can use that equity for better negotiating power. So there are more options to homeowners who have been financially impacted by the season. So homeowners with substantial equity are in a much better position to work out a deal with their lender if they cannot pay their mortgage. So you can use that equity to refi the entire amount and not even have a forbearance. That's one option. You could extend the term of the loan, make it over a longer period of time. What does that do? That lowers your payment. You can get a forbearance, but instead of structuring it one way, they can just put that amount on the back end of the loan because they know that you're good for it, right? So it doesn't impact you as negatively. So if you are a homeowner and you're experiencing financial distress, please reach out to Lyonsview Realty so we can assist you in discussing your options. That's really, really important. So our information is info at lyonsviewrealty.com, and the number is 856-209-0905. But overall, the benefits highlight the value of home ownership and the use of equity. Whether you cash out or you use the leverage, if used strategically, Property ownership can be a gift that keeps on giving through the use of equity. Just use it strategically, right? So, to all of my homeowners, happy holidays. I want to shout out to Hustling Spirit for the design and production of my perfect white shirt, which I don't have on today with my logo on it, but I just wanted to shout out to them. I really appreciate my shirt. But again, if you need assistance with your next real estate transaction, contact Lyonsview Realty. If you're looking for down payment assistance, visit bit.ly at clarafindsmoney.com. And I'm just really, really happy that you tuned in today. Really appreciate you always watching the show. So I just want to thank you, and I really hope that this information has been a resource to you. So remember to like, share, and subscribe um, to Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays. Um, we are here, Financial Fridays, to provide you with resources, information, and tips on those things that impact your bottom line. And I hope you got something today of value. As always, we want to send prayers out to those who are negatively impacted by the pandemic and physical distancing, to those who have lost a loved one. And especially to our essential employees who are going to work every day, providing needed services, our healthcare, transportation, food, police, fire, and especially our leadership. I encourage everyone to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and stay safe. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. Financial Fridays streams on Friday on Facebook and YouTube. You can join us again next Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, keep living your best life. Thank you. And thank you, Miss Vanetta. Yes, let's put that money to work. Have a great day.